Hello again, folks. Welcome back to Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode number 25. Robert Max here. Hope everyone's doing well. And this time out, we're going to be returning to Strat-O-Matic Baseball for the Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament. This is game number 4. This is going to match up the 1960 Pirates, traveling across the state of Pennsylvania to Shibe Park to take on the 1950 Phillies. But before we get to the starting lineups, let's take a look at the situation of the Hill going into Game 4. As you can see, the Phillies are the current King of the Hill. They got 2 notches in their belt after defeating both the Tigers and the Yankees. And the Pirates are the visitors today. And lying in wait back at Milwaukee County Stadium in the home clubhouse are the 1957 Braves. They know they're traveling to Pennsylvania. They just don't know if they're going to the Steel City or the City of Brotherly Love. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get to today's starting lineups. For the visiting Pirates, leading off in center field, we have Bill Verdon. Dick Groat, the shortstop, bats second. Bob Skinner's in left field. He bats third. Dick Stewart is at first base. He's batting cleanup. Roberto Clemente is in right field and bats fifth. Smokey Burgess is the catcher. He bats sixth. Don Hoke is at third base, bats seventh. Bill Mazeroski is at second base and bats eighth. And batting ninth and on the mound is Bob Friend. He was 18-12 in 1960 with a 3.00 ERA and 276 innings pitched. He is a pitcher hitting number 1, so he gets that card in the lineup for him. Now to the homestanding Phillies. Leading off at first base, we got Eddie Waitkus. Richie Ashburns in center field, bats second. Dick Sisler, left field, bats third. Del Ennis is batting cleanup. He's in right field. Willie Jones at third base, bats fifth. Granny Hamner, shortstop, he's batting sixth. Andy Semenick, the catcher, bats seventh. Mike Goliot, second baseman, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Bob Miller. Bob Miller was 11-6 in 1950 with a 3.57 ERA and 174 innings of work. He is a pitcher too, as far as hitting, so he gets that card placed in the lineup for him. Now, Bob Miller is a starter reliever, so he will become fatigued when he reaches 7 stamina points. All right, so with that all out of the way, let's get started. Miller finishes his warm-up tosses. Bill Verdon steps up to the plate, and we are underway. We got a 5-6, and a 5-6 is a pop out to first base, so Verdon's retired. Excuse me. And that's Eddie Waitkus underneath that one for out number 1. That brings up Dick Groat. That's a 1-6, and a 1-6 is a ground out to third base. That's Jones over to Waitkus for out number 2. And there's 2 away. Here's Bob Skinner, the left fielder. It's a 2-5, and a 2-5 is a strikeout, and that's the first strikeout for Miller. That's out number 3. And the Pirates go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first after 1/2 inning of play. It's the Pirates 0, and the Phillies coming up to bat. Bob Friend takes the mound for the Pirates. And the first batter he's going to face is Eddie Waitkus, the first baseman. And we have a 1-9, and a 1-9 is a pop out to second base. Mazeroski's under that one, and that's out number 1. Here's Richie Ashburn, center field. Have a 5-9, and a 5-9 is a ground out. Ground out to second base. Mazeroski over to Stewart for out number 2. And I need to give Miller 1 fatigue point. Okay, so there's 2 away for Dick Sisler, the left fielder. We have a 5-8 and a 5-8 is a ground ball, second base X. And that's second base for the Pirates. We got Bill Mazeroski. He is a 1. And we roll a 6. Second base, 1, 6, and that's a ground out. 4-3 for out number 3. Phillies also go down 1, 2, 3 in the first. And after 1 inning of play, no score. Miller comes back out. He's going to face Dick Stewart. Friend gets 1 fatigue point for the first inning. All right. First baseman Dick Stewart. It's a 2-6. A 2-6 is a strikeout, and that's strikeout number 2 for Miller. And there's 1 away. Here's Roberto Clemente. That's a 4-4, and a 4-4 is a ground ball to third base X. And at third base for the Phillies is Jones. He's a 2. And we roll a 6 again. Third base 2 on a 6. That's a ground out. 5-3. Jones over to Wakus for out number 2. Here's Smokey Burgess, the catcher. Have a 6-6, and 6-6 is a walk. So we have our first base runner. Smokey Burgess draws the walk. He's only a 1-8 runner, so he's no threat to steal second base. Here's Don Hope, the third baseman. Have a 4-8, and a 4-8 is a double on a 1-2, single 3-20. He hits a single. That was a 19. It doesn't want to stay there, but that was a 19. Okay, so that's a single with the 2-base advance. So we had a first hit. The first 2 base runners. Hoke single sends Burgess to third. He's held up there. And there's runners on the corner with 2 away for Bill Mazeroski. And we have a 1-6, and a 1-6 is a line out to third base. The Pirates threaten, but do not score. So after 1.5 innings of play, it's a Pirates 0 and Phillies 0. Friend comes back out to the mound. He's going to face Del Ennis in the bottom of the second. That's a 5-3, and a 5-3 is a ground ball to shortstop X. And shortstop for the Pirates, Stick Grote. He's a 2. He rolls a 1. And that's a base hit. So Del Ennis gets a base hit. Leadoff single for the Phillies here in the bottom of the second. Phillies are going to play conservative here and hold Ennis at first base. Here's Willie Jones, the third baseman. We have a 3-10, and a 3-10 is a ground ball to shortstop A. And that's going to be a double play. 6-4-3. Jones grounds into the double play. Or excuse me. Yes, Jones. So there's 2 away for the Phillies. Wipes out any potential rally. Here's Granny Hamner. We have a 2-11, and a 2-11 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Bob Friend. He tosses over to Stewart for out number 3. And after 2 innings of play, we have no score. Bob Miller comes back out. He's going to face his counterpart, Bob Friend. And we have a 1-6, and a 1-6 is a strikeout, and that's strikeout number 3 for Miller. There's one away, and looks like I owe both pitchers 1 fatigue point. Okay, so there's one away in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates and Bill Verdon. Have a 4-4, and a 4-4 is a ground ball to third base X. Jones is a 2. Roll a 10. And that's a 1-base error on Willie Jones. So Verdon's on first with 1 away on Jones's 1-base error. Pirates are playing it conservative as well. Here's Dick Grote, man on first, 1 out. We have a 6-3, and a 6-3 is a fly ball to right field X. And in right field for the Phillies is Del Ennis. He's a 3, and we roll an 8. 8 on a 3 is a fly out, and that's it. So Grote flies out to Ennis for out number 2. And here's Bob Skinner, left fielder. You got a 4-8, and a 4-8 is a double on a 1-2, single on a 3-20. He rolls a 15. It's a single with a 2-base advance. And the Pirates have runners on the corners again with 2 away. Brings up Dick Stewart. He struck out in the first. And we have 1s, and that's a ground ball to shortstop A for out number 3. 6-3. Pirates threaten again, but do not score. After 2.5 innings, we're scoreless. Miller gets another fatigue point. That's 3 for him. Bob Friend comes back out. He's going to face Andy Semenick, first batter, Phillies catcher. And we have a 5-5, and a 5-5 is a home run on a 1-5. And the Phillies are on the board with a deep fly. It's deep, out of here, gone. Andy Semenick takes him to the yard. And the Phillies are on the board here in the bottom of the third. Leadoff home run for Andy Semenick. Bob Friend gets his 3rd fatigue point for the run scored. The Phillies lead 1-0. Here's Mike Goliot. We have a 2-9, and a 2-9 is a fly ball to center field for out number 1. Verdon's underneath that one, makes the catch. Here's Bob Miller. 1 out, Phillies lead 1-0. We have a 6-11, and that's a fly ball to left field X. Left fielder for the Pirates is Skinner. He is a 3. And we roll a 9. And that is a double. Double for Bob Vernon. Or excuse me, Bob Miller. So Miller's on second base with 1 out. Top of the order, Eddie Wakus. And we have a 6-5, and a 6-5 is a double on 1-8, single 9-20. It's going to score a run. Forgot to give Semenick his RBI. So we roll an 18. That's a single for Wakus. That's going to score Miller. And the Phillies are up 2-0 here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Wakus on first for Whitey Ashburn. Center field, Got a 2-8, and a 2-8 is a single. Wakis is going to hold at second base. And see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to give Friend another fatigue point. He's at 4. So the Phillies have first and second with 1 out, and they're up 2-0 for Dick Sisler. And that's a 6-5, and a 6-5 is a double on 1 to 3 and a single on, or excuse me, double on 1 to 8 and a single on 9 to 20, but it's a 2-base advancing single. So Sisler's going to drive in Wakis. Ashburn's going to move to third, and there's still only 1 out. So the Phillies have runners on the corners with 1 out. Friend gets his 5th fatigue point here in the bottom of the 3rd. Runners on the corners for Del Ennis. And to try to stop the bleeding, the Pirates are going to bring the infield in. And we have a 1-6, and a 1-6 is a ground ball to third base A. Runner on third holds, other runners advance 1 base. So that's going to be, and that's coming from, of course, the infield in chart. So that's going to be out number 2, and that was to third base. So that's 5-3. Runner on third holds, but Sisler moves up to second, and that's out number 2. So we got runners at second and third, 2 outs for Willie Jones. And we have a 1-8, and a 1-8 is a line out to shortstop. Excuse me. It's Dick Grote, and that's out number 3. But the Phillies score 3 runs. And after 3 innings of play, lead 3-0. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Friend has 6 points. And we go to the top of the 4th. Bob Miller comes out with a 3-run lead. And he's going to face Roberto Clemente. Clemente's 0 for 1 with a ground out. So 1-9. A 1-9 is a home run on a 1. But he rolls a 16. And that's a fly ball to left field. And that's out number 1. All right. Smokey Burgess, the catcher. He walked in the first inning. Excuse me, the second inning. We have a 3-6, and a 3-6 is a single. So it's Burgess on base twice. 1 out single. He's a 1 to 8 runner, so he's definitely holding. Here's Dick Grote. Or excuse me, not Dick Grote. Don Hoke. Got a 5-8, and a 5-8 is a pop out to the shortstop for out number 2. And Bill Mazeroski. 2 outs for Miller. Got a 3-4, another pop out. This is to the shortstop again. Granny Hamner for out number 3. Pirates go quietly in the 4th. Miller gets another fatigue point. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3 and the Pirates nothing. Bob Friend comes back out. He'll face Granny Hamner, Andy Semenick, and Mike Goliot. We have a 3-5, and a 3-5 is a single for Granny. Lead off single. Hamner is on first base for Andy Semenick. Semenick, who homered his first time up last inning in the 3rd. We got a 2-2, and that's a ground ball to second base B. Batter is out at first. Well, that's not true. If 1 or more runners are forced, runner on first is out. Batter is safe. So that's a fielder's choice for Semenick. Hamner's thrown out at second base for the first out. And a fielder's choice for Semenick. He's on first with one away for Mike Goliath, the second baseman. And that's a 3-6, and a 3-6 is a walk. That moves Semenuk over to second. Goliath's at first. And Bob Miller. Have a 6-8, and a 6-8 is a single on a 1-14. He's already doubled this game, although this time he rolls a 19. And that's a line out to third base for out number 2. Back to the top of the order for the Phillies and Eddie Waitkus. Waitkus is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Got a 5-9, and a 5-9 is a ground ball to second base. Mazeroski over to Stewart for out number 3. Phillies threaten but do not score. And after 4 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3 and the Pirates nothing. Friend gets another fatigue point. He's at 7. Bob Miller's coming out, and he's going to face his counterpart. Yeah, we're going to let Friend bat. And that's a 1-5. And a 1-5 is a strikeout. That's strikeout number 4. Yes, number 4 for Miller. And there's one away. Back to the top of the order, and Bill Verdon, center fielder for the Pirates. Got a 4-6, and a 4-6 is a fly ball to right field. Del Ennis is under that, and that's out number 2. Next up, Dick Grote, Pirate shortstop. Got a 3-12, and that's a line out into as many outs as possible, but we only need 1, and that goes to the third baseman, Willie Jones, out number 3. Pirates go down 1-2-3 in the 5th, and after 4.5, it's the Phillies 3, Pirates nothing. Miller gets his 5th fatigue point, and it's going to be Richie Ashburn leading off. Got to meet Richie Ashburn when I was, oh gosh, I don't know, 6 or 7 at a boys basketball league banquet. He was the guest speaker. All right, there's a 1-8 for Ashburn. That's a ground ball to first base. Stewart's got that, and he's going to take it unassisted. 3W, listen to me. U for out number 1. Okay, Dick Sisler's up next. One away. Got a 4-6, and a 4-6 is a fly ball to right field. Clemente's under that for out number 2. Here's Del Ennis. That's a 5-4, and a 5-4 is a fly ball to right field. Clemente's under that one as well. And the Phillies go down 1-2-3 in the 5th. And after 5 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3, Pirates nothing. Bob Friend gets another fatigue point. That puts him at 8. Bob Miller's back out. He's going to face Skinner, Stewart, and Clemente. And we have a 6-9. And a 6-9 is a leadoff single for Bob Skinner. Pirates are going to try to get something going. No, we're going to hold them. We're going to hold them. All right. Man on first, nobody out for Dick Stewart. Got a 5-2. And a 5-2 is a catcher's card X. Andy Semenuk's a 1. He rolls a 19, and that's a foul out. So Stewart fouls out to Semenick for the first out. Skinner's still on first, and here's Clemente. Pirates are going to try a hit and run here. All right, here we go. And we roll a 9. Batter misses pitch, pick card for steal result. Well, we're not using the cards. Let's see. Stewart is an E. And, oh boy. 8 to 20, he's out. He rolls a 4, so he does steal second base. So stolen base for Skinner. Oh, wait a minute. I looked at Stewart. That was Skinner. Skinner is a C stealer. And... oh, either way, he's safe. So he's at second base with 1 out and Clemente batting. Got a 3-6, and a 3-6 is a ground ball to third base A. Batter's out, and Skinner's going to hold at second. So that's a 5-3 Jones over to Wakis for out number 2. And here's Smokey Burgess. Burgess is 1 for 1 with a walk. And it's a 4-6, and a 4-6 is a fly ball to right field. Del Ennis is underneath that for out number 3. The Pirates get a runner in the scoring position, but they can't bring him home. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3 and the Pirates nothing. Friend is coming back out. He's got 8 fatigue points as we go to the bottom of the 6th. He's going to face Willie Jones, Granny Hamner, and Andy Semenick. And we got a 4-7, and a 4-7 is his first strikeout of the game for out number 1. Here's Granny Hamner. He's 1 for 2. And we have a 1-7, and now he pops out to shortstop Dick Grote for out number 2. Andy Semenick. Homer in the 3rd. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Or, yes, 4th. Okay, we got a 1-4, and a 1-4 is a pop out to second baseman. Bill Mazeroski for out number 3. So the Phillies go 1-2-3 in the 6th, and after 6 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3, Pirates nothing. Friend gets his 9th stamina point. Miller's at 6 himself, but he's got a 3-run lead, and he's going to face Don Hoke, first batter here in the top of the 7th. We have a 6-10, and a 6-10 is a single. Pirates have been getting on base. He's a D stealer, so he's going to hold. Here's Bill Mazeroski. Have a 6-9, and the 6-9 is also a single. Pirates might be in business. Runners on first and second with nobody out, and Bob Friend's coming up. And we're going to try to sacrifice the runners over. Here we go. He rolls a 6. Batter's thrown out by third baseman. Runners advance 1 base. So it's a successful sacrifice for Friend. It's the first out. Mazeroski to second. Hoke to third. Top of the order with Bill Verdon. Have a 6-4, and a 6-4 is a fly ball to right fielder Del Ennis. That's a C. Batter, runners hold for out number 2. Here's Dick Grote. Grote is 0 for 3. But a base hit here will get the Pirates on the board. That's a 6-7. 6-7 is a single on a 1-7. With a one-base advance, that would score 1 run. But he rolls a 19, unfortunately. And that's a line out to second baseman Mike Goliot. And once again, the Pirates leave runners stranded on base. So after 6.5, Phillies 3, Pirates nothing. Miller gets his 7th endurance point. Friend is staying out here. Things seem to have settled down other than the 3rd inning where the Phillies scored all their runs. He is at 9 endurance points, but so he has 2 more. And because of that, we're going to get somebody warming up. And it's going to be Tom Chaney. Tom Chaney's going to start warming up for the Pirates, just in case they need him. And Friend is going to face Mike Goliot, pitcher Miller, and Eddie Wakus. We got a 3-9, and a 3-9 is a leadoff single for Goliot. Goliot's on first with nobody out. Yeah. Bob Miller's going to try to move Goliot over. And we have an 8. And on an 8, batter is thrown out by first baseman. Runner advances 1 base. So it is a successful sacrifice for the first out. Goliot moves over to second. Top of the order, and Eddie Wakus. Have a 2-3, and a 2-3 is a fly ball to right field. B. Roberto Clemente has that one for out number 2. Goliot holds at second base. Here's Whitey. Whitey on a 1-5, grounds out to first baseman Stewart. He takes that unassisted for out number 3. And the Phillies put a man in scoring position but do not bring him in. Friend goes to 10 fatigue points. And after 7 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3, Pirates nothing. Miller's coming back out with a 3-run lead, and he is at 7 fatigue points. Leading off is Bob Skinner. We have a 2-10, and a 2-10 is a walk. A leadoff walk for Skinner. And once again, the Pirates put a man on base. Here's Dick Stewart. Let's see, Skinner's a C-stealer. No, we're not going to send him. Here's Dick Stewart. Stewart is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 6-6. And a 6-6 is a walk. Back-to-back walks for Miller. Pirates have runners on first and second, nobody out, and Roberto Clemente. 4-5. A 4-5 is a ground ball to second base C. Batter is out at first. Runners advance 1 base. So Clemente grounds out 4-3. Goliot to Wakus for the first out, but the runners advance. Stewart goes to second. Skinner goes to third. There's 1 out for Smokey Burgess. Burgess is 1 for 2 with a walk. And we have a 3-7, and a 3-7 is a pop out to second base for out number 2. Mike Goliot is under that, makes the catch. And here's Don Hoke, third baseman. Hoke is 2 for 3, a couple singles. And he rolls a 1-6, and a 1-6 is a triple on a 1-8, and a double on a 9-20. He rolls a 9. That's a double for Hoke. That's going to score Skinner. And with 2 outs, Stewart gets +2 to his running. He's going to hold at third, because that only makes him a 1-11. But the Pirates are on the board on Hoke's RBI double. And it's second and third with 2 outs for Bill Mazeroski. And we have to give Miller another point. And we roll a 5-7, and a 5-7 is a ground ball to shortstop X. Hamner's a 2. We roll a 9. And that's a 1-base error, and that's going to score another run. Be an E6. Hoke moves to third. Stewart scores. And now it's 3-2. Miller gets his 9th endurance point. And that was an E6. That was on Hamner. So it's first and third with 2 outs. And that's going to be it for Bob Friend. Pirates are going to bring up a pinch hitter. And that's going to be Dick Schofield. He's going to pinch hit for Friend. Pinch hit in the 8th. Here's Schofield. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Got a 3-11, and a 3-11 is a ground ball to second base. Goliath over to Wakis for out number 3. But the Pirates do score 2 runs, and after 7.5, it's the Phillies 3 and the Pirates 2. Right. So Friend is gone. New pitcher is Tom Chaney. He is a starter reliever, so he has 7 endurance points to work with. Chaney pitching in the bottom of the 8th, and he's going to face Sisler as his first batter. Now, Chaney is a 2, so we'll have to replace his batting card with a number 2 pitcher hitting card if he gets up to bat. Here's Dick Sisler. We have a 6-11, and a 6-11 is a fly ball to left field X. Left fielder for the Pirates is Skinner. He's a 3, and we roll an 8. And that's a fly out. So Skinner makes that catch for out number 1. Here's Del Ennis. Ennis is 1 for 3. Have a 6-3, and a 6-3 is a fly ball to right field X. And right fielder's Clemente. He's a 1. We roll a 5. And that's a fly out for out number 2. Phillies are going to get some action in their bullpen. And that's going to be let's see. Jim Costanti. Costanti. I have a problem with that name. You have to excuse me. All right, so there's 2 outs for Willie Jones here in the bottom of the 8th. That's a 6-8, and the 6-8 is a ground ball to shortstop X. So we're getting all 3, first 3 batters, we're getting X chart checks. Shortstop, Grote is a 2. He rolls a 4. And that's a ground out, 6-3. Phillies go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. So, after 8 innings of play, it's the Phillies 3 and the Pirates 2. Miller's going to come out. And we have to give Cheney his first fatigue point. He's got 2 fatigue points to work with. He's going to face top of the order and Bill Vernon. Any trouble, he's coming out, though. All right, 4-7 and a 4-7 is a ground ball to second base X. Goliath's a 3. He rolls a 1. And that's a single. It's a leadoff single for Bill Vernon, and that's going to do it for Bob Miller. New Phillies pitcher is Jim Constanti. Excuse me. All right. All right, and he's coming in. The first batter he's going to face is Dick Grote. So Verdon's on first. He's a 1-15. Or excuse me, he's a B stealer. Nope. We're not sending him. All right, man on first base, nobody out. Here's Dick Grote. And that's a 3-7, and a 3-7 is a walk. Pirates are making this interesting. First and second, nobody out. And Bob Skinner. Got a 3-2, and a 3-2 is a foul out to catcher Andy Semenick for out number 1. Here's Dick Stewart. Stewart is 0 for 4, or 0 for 3 with a walk. And we got a 4-6, and a 4-6 is a double on a 1-6. But unfortunately, he rolls a 15, and that's a fly ball to left field B. Runner on third scores, other runners hold. Here's out number 2. Here's Roberto Clemente's chance to be a hero. We got a 3-5, and a 3-5 is a strikeout to end the game. Phillies dodge a bullet. Constanti. Oh, my goodness. After giving up a base hit and a leadoff walk, gets Clemente to strike out with runners on first and second. So, the Phillies get another notch in their belt and remain kings of the hill after defeating the Pirates 3-2. Let's see if we can get the totals for you real quick. The Pirates had 2 runs on six hits, no errors. Phillies had 3 runs on five hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher is Bob Miller. Constanti gets the save. And Bob Friend gets the loss. So we got Miller with the win, Constanti with the save, and Bob Friend with the loss. So, Phillies win their third game and will now face the 1957 Milwaukee Braves in game number 5 of the Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament. That's going to do it for this episode. If you hung around to the end, thank you for your patience. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you're not, please consider doing so. Like this video, leave me some comments, let me know how I'm doing, and I'll be back again in the near future. And until then, take care.